Hello everyone, welcome to Developers Adda. In this video, we'll see how to create a calculator using Python. I'll be using Python tkinter module to create a calculator. tkinter is a module which is widely used in creating graphical user interfaces. First, I'll show you the demo output so that you'll get an idea how does it work. Just open my coding part. This is my program. I'll run this program. This is the calculator that we are going to build in our today's session. I just perform some random operations. 78 minus 9 is 69 divided by 8. Yeah, this is our calculator. We're gonna see how do we build this calculator using Python. I'll open new notebook. Let's start the coding. The first part is importing the tkinter module. I'll import from tkinter import star. This will import all the packages from tkinter. Window equals to tk. This will create a one main window in tkinter. Whatever the operations or the code we write will be performing under this window. I'll title this window window.title calculator. Okay, now I'll specify the geometry of this window.geometry. Just specify the geometry. I'll be using 350 into 370. Yeah, 350 into 370 pixels. This is the size of my window. And window.resizable. I'll pass the arguments 0, 0. This will disable the resizing of the windows that we have created. Define a variable expression. Okay, expression equals to, I'll assign it, okay, null, then input text equals string var. This is not a Python standard variable, but this is a tkinter variable. String var is a tkinter variable. I'll define this. And the next part is we have to define the functions. I'll define the first function is define click. I'll pass the number. Define the variable expression globally. Okay, expression equals to expression plus str of number. I'll append this into input text. Input text dot set expression. Whenever a user inputs any number or clicks on the any number, this function will be called and the expression value will be updated and it will be appended to the input text variable. I'll define another function called clear. Okay, this is to clear the input area or the text area. Define clear. Define the variable expression, global expression, then I'll assign this expression to null to clear the input text or text area, and I'll append this to input text dot set expression. Okay, whenever this function is called, the input area will be null because we have appended input text with null. Then I'll create another function. Okay, button equal. Whenever a user presses equals button, then this function will be called. This will perform the operations. First, I'll declare the expression, a variable, then Okay, then expression equals to str eval of expression. Okay, here eval is a function that will perform all the arithmetic operations. You can use your own functions. I'll be using eval function for the arithmetic computations. Then append input text with the expression. Okay, the last line should be window.main loop. Whenever you work with tkinter, this should be the last line, because this allows you to close the window manually. I'll just run this program. Yeah, this is the window I have created. I have named it as a calculator, you can see. And then the size of this window is 350 into 370 pixel. I'll be closing this window. Now we have defined our 3 functions, and the next part is to create 2 frames inside our main window. One frame is for input text, that's the text area, and another frame consisting of all the buttons. I'll first create the input frame. That is okay, creating input frame. Okay, I'll create an input frame. Input frame equals to frame. Okay, frame is a widget available in tkinter to create a frame inside one main window. I'll be passing a window, comma, specify the width of the frame. Width equals to 350, and I'll just should specify the height. Height equals to 50. Then border width BD equals to 1. Highlight thickness equals to 1, comma, highlight background equals to black. Then highlight color is also black. I'll specify black. Next, we should pack this to place at a particular location, that is input frame dot pack. I'll be specifying side equals to top. Okay, this is our input text area, and the next part is we have to create a input field inside this input frame. We will be doing that, creating an input frame, creating an input field. Now we'll be creating the input field. Input field equals entry. Okay, entry is also a widget available in tkinter to create a text area. Okay, I'll pass, we need to pass the input frame that we have created. I'll pass the input frame. Okay, input frame, comma, okay, and font equals Arial 20, comma, and I'll specifying it as bold. Okay, text variable. Okay, we should pass the tkinter variable that we have created, that is input text. Okay, input text. Okay, text variable equals to input text. We have passed the tkinter variable that we have created, and then I'll give BD equals to 0, that is border width. Next, BG equals to #EEE. Okay, we'll close this, and now we have to grid this. Okay, I'll be gridding this to 0, 0 input. Okay, input field dot grid of row equals to 0, comma, column equals to 0, and then input field dot pack ipack. This is to increase the height of the text area. Okay, now I'll run and check. Yeah, this is our window. We have created one upper frame for the text area. I'll close this. Now we are done with input frame, and the next part is to create a buttons frame. Now we need to create a buttons frame. A buttons frame equals to frame of, I'll pass the window, then specify the width. Width equals to 350, comma, height. Okay, height equals to 273, comma, then background equals to gray. Highlight thickness highlight thickness equals to 1 comma highlight color equals to black comma highlight background equals to black. Okay, now we have created a buttons frame and we have to pack this to particular location. Okay, btns dot frame dot pack of dot pack. Now I'll run this program. Okay, you can see now we have created two frames. One is the upper frame, which is the input frame. Another one is the bottom one, which is a buttons frame. And the next part is we need to create a buttons. We'll see how do we do that. We will be creating the buttons row wise. I'll first create for first row. Okay, first row consists of only two buttons. The first one is clear button and the next one is divide button. We'll create a clear button first. I'll just assign clear equals to button. Okay, button is a special widget available in tkinter module to create the buttons, and I'll be passing buttons frame that we have created to inside the buttons frame comma and the text. Okay, text equals to specify it as C, and width equals to 35 and height we're giving it as a 3 height. Then border width BD equals to 5 and FG equals to black. Okay, FG equals to black. FG stands for foreground. This determines the text of the color on the button. FG equals to black BD, and then BG background equals to I'll specify it as #EE. This is a color code for this, and then we'll pass command equals to clear. We are giving command equals to clear. This means that a clear function will be called. All the input text area will be clear, and then we need to grid it. Okay, clear dot grid of I'll specify column span equals to 3. It will multiple columns. Here I'm using column span because I need clear button to create. Because here I'm using column span because I need clear button to cover multiple columns. I'm specifying it as 3. It will cover 3 columns of the first row of the buttons frame, and then I'll create a button for divide. Okay, divide equals to button of, I'll pass buttons frame. Okay, buttons frame, and then text equals to, pass the divide symbol. Okay, width equals to 10 and height equals to 3. All of the remaining things are same. BD equals to 5, FG equals to black, and then BG equals to, I'll specify the same color code, and here it differs. And now command equals to, I should use lambda here, lambda of, and then I'll call a click function. Click of, I'll pass the argument as divide symbol. Here we are using lambda because we need to perform it for multiple times for multiple number of arguments passed, and then just need to grid this function divide dot grid, specify the row and column. Okay, row equals to 0 and column equals to 3. Okay, I'll just insert a comma over here. Now we are done with our first row, and I'll try running the program. Yeah, this is our first row. We got the first row. I just click this. Yeah, it's working. Whenever a user clicks on clear button, the input text area will be cleared. I'll just close this. And next part is we need to create buttons for the second row. Second row consists of 4 buttons: 7, 8, 9, and multiply. We'll do that. I'll just copy this line and paste it over here, and I'll change the name. Okay, first we want a button 7 equals to buttons frame. Everything is same except the text and the argument of the click function. Okay, I'll change the text to 7 and then pass 7 to the click function. I'll just pass 7 over here, and then you need to grid it. 7.grid. Specify row equals to 1 and column equals to 0. Now we have created a button for 7. Then again I'll copy the same. I'll just change the name to 8 and change the text to 8 and pass 8 in the click function. 8. Then just grid this. 8 dot grid row equals to 1 comma column equals to 1. Next again I'll copy the same code and paste it over here and change it to 9. And the same way change the text to 9 and then pass 9 over here. In the above just pass, just remove the string. Pass 8 and then grid this. 9 dot grid of row equals to 1 comma column equals to 2. And now I have to create a button for multiply. I'll just paste the code, just change the name to multiply. Multiply, multiply, and change the text over here to multiplication symbol and pass the multiplication symbol to this click function and then grid this. Multiply dot grid row equals to 1 comma column equals to 3. Now we are done with our second row. I'll try running this program. This is our second row. We have 7, 8, 9 and multiplication symbol in our second row. I'll just click on this. It's working. Yes, I'll just clear this and close this tab. Now we are done with our second row and the next part is to create a third row. We'll start with the creating third row. Third row also consists of 4 buttons. 4, 5, 6 and subtract button. I'll just paste the code that I have copied previously and just change the name to 4. 4 and change the text to 4 and pass 4 and click function. I'll be passing 4 to the click function, then create a grid for this. 4 dot grid of row equals to 2 and column column equals to 0. Then again I'll paste the same. I'll change the name to 5. This is 5 equals to, change the text to 5 and then pass 5 to the click function and again grid it. 5 dot grid of row equals to 2 comma column equals to 1. Then again I'll paste the same thing, make it as 6, make it as 6 and then change it to 6, change the text to 6, pass 6 as the parameter, again grid it. 6 dot grid of row equals to 2 comma column equals to 2. Now again copy the same, change it to minus. Change it to minus equals to and change the text symbol to minus and pass minus to the click function, then grid it. Minus dot grid of row equals to 2 comma column equals to 3 and I'll close the bracket over here. Now we are done with our third row and I'll try running the program. We have got our third row 4, 5, 6 and minus. I'll check whether it's working or not. 4 is working, 5, 6, minus. It's working. I'll just close this. Now we are done with our third row. The next part is to create a fourth row. Fourth row. I'll just paste the same thing. Fourth row consists of 4 buttons, 1, 2, 3 and plus. I'll create a 1 equals to and change the text to 1 and then pass 1 to click function, then just grid it. Okay, this is 1 dot grid row equals to 3 comma column equals to 0. Next, okay, paste the same thing to change the text to 2 and then pass 2 and click function. Okay, just grid it. 2 dot grid, okay, row equals to 3 comma column, okay, equals to 1. Again paste the same, change it to 3, change the text to 3 and again pass 3 to click function and then just grid it. Okay, grid of, okay, row equals to 3 comma, okay, column equals to 2. Again paste the same, okay, change it to plus, text to plus and then pass plus operator. Okay, then plus dot grid of row equals to 3 comma column equals to 3. Now we are done with our fourth row. I'll try running this. Yes, we got our fourth row correct. We got 1 2 3 and plus. I'll click on this. Yeah, everything is working. Okay, yeah, it's working. I'll close this. Now you have seen that we have done our fourth row and next is the last row. That's our fifth row. Okay, I'll be going with the fifth row now. Our fifth row consists of only 3 buttons. The first one is 0 and the next is dot and the last one is equals to. I will first create a 0. I'll paste the same thing and then change the name to 0. Okay, change the text to 0. Then pass 0 to the click function. Then just grid it. Okay, 0 dot grid of okay. I'm using a column span here. Column span equals to 2. I'm using column span here because I want 0 button to cover multiple columns. That is, I want a 0 button to cover 2 columns. So I'm using column span. Then I'll paste again. Okay, dot and change the text to dot. Okay, this is dot. And then pass a dot operator to click function. Then just grid it. Dot grid of, okay, you specify the rows and columns. Row equals to 4 comma, okay, column equals to 2. And now the last button equals to. I just paste the same thing and change it equal, change the text to equal, and here you delete this. You need to call a function button equal that we have created previously, button equal. Yeah, and close this. Whenever a user clicks on equal button, this will call a button equal function, and the eval function which we have specified will perform the arithmetic computations. Yeah, equal and then grid it to it. Equal dot grid. Okay, row equals to 4 comma column equals to 3. Okay, our fifth row consists of only 2 buttons and I want 0 to cover 2 columns, so I'll be increasing the width of this to 21. This is the code for the calculator that we have built. Now I'll just run this program now. Yeah, this is the calculator that we have built. I'll just perform some random operations. I will check whether it's working fine or not. Okay, 78 minus 69 equals, yeah, it's 9 and divided by 9 equals to 1 minus 5.2 equals to, yeah, minus 4.2 plus 89 equals, yeah, it's working fine. Yeah, 84 minus 9. Okay, now I'll click on equals. Whenever I click on this equal button, the eval function compute the arithmetic operations and will give the result. Now I'll click on clear button. This will create the text area or the input text. Okay, I'll just click on this. Yeah, the text area has been cleared. This is the calculator that we have built in today's session. I hope the session was pretty good. In the next video, I'll be teaching how to convert the calculator that we have built today into .exe file so that we can use it as our desktop application. This is all about today's video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe my channel for more updates.